built. Called Dirty Word.
Well, hello truckers. It is a beautiful day for trucking in the USA. Running out across I-80 in Nebraska right now, and as you will notice, the truck is a little empty. Missy's not in the back. She's not in the truck. Had a few things happen the last few days. Been a little crazy. Actually, the last couple of weeks have been just a little bit of craziness. And I had the big surprise I was working on, and my plans got poo-pooed a little bit. Not too bad, but a lot of things have changed. A lot of things have changed. And I know you guys are wondering what's going on right now. Well, it really starts with a story about what happened about 2 weeks ago. We were down in Texas. Or actually, we were in well, where does that story start anyways? It starts actually in Alabama on I-20 when we were about into Mississippi. We were moving a forklift. It wasn't anything worth showing. It was a real simple, easy, legal load. But I decided not to film on it because I've been doing a whole lot of filming lately. And we were just running it overnight. Well, not overnight, but 2-day run out to Tulsa, Oklahoma. And we get a call and find out that one of our trucks had the rear end on it block up down in Texas. And we had to go and, well, they asked if we would go rescue the truck, which I said I would. It's kind of like the spirit we have over at this company here is we all help each other out. One of us gets in a bind, we'll go help the others out. We're 14 trucks, and that's kind of the idea. One of you gets in a bind, you go help the other guy out, make sure that everything gets taken care of. So he was 130 miles from where he was delivering. Tulsa, where we were delivering, was about 454 from where he was. So yeah, we drove hard. We got over to Tulsa, got delivered in Tulsa as fast as we could. We got into Tulsa, find out we had a flat tire on the trailer. I picked up a piece of steel and it just knifed right through the tread. So I had to put a new tire on the trailer. So then got that done and just burned down there as fast as we could. Stopped once along the way, got some fuel. And then when we were about 30, 40 miles from him, I stopped and got him some food, got him some warm food, because he'd been there for 2.5 days at this point. And everybody'd been trying to call him, and couldn't get a hold of him because he was in a dead zone. So he'd walked, I guess, up to where he could get signal, let us know where he was, but nobody could get a hold of him to let him know that help was coming. So finally we get down there, and I roll up, and I walk up with a bag full of hot food and, something cold to drink. And, well, the short of it is I essentially got told to go F myself, and he didn't want my help. I mean, not in so many words. He just pretty much told me he didn't want it. And said that he was going to drive his truck with a tore-up rear end over and get delivered. And what had happened, I guess, is he only had MGMs on his front axle. For those of you who don't know, MGMs are the spring brakes that lock up your brakes when you pull the yellow handle. And so his MGMs had locked up for some reason, and they lit his brake pads on fire and then blew both of his inner tires. So this is, and said stop and run away. He probably got mad at it, just kept on driving. So blew both the tires, and really put him in a world of hurt there. Well, he was going to drive his truck with no brakes, like another 130 miles through an area in Texas that's got a whole lot of people living. It's just going over to Fort Hood, and there's a lot of people living in that area out there. So we were like, no, that can't happen, dude. You got to get your truck fixed. And he threw a little temper tantrum. It wasn't good. And the guy I'm leased to decided to terminate his lease over it. We finally talked him into dropping his trailer. I took his trailer over, got it delivered, come back, gave it back to him, and then we told him that his lease was terminated, which it turned into a big drama fest then. And I've actually, I was there doing video because I used to do repos, so I know you always video record people when you're doing repos. I'm not going to post any of that though. I'm not going to give the guy's name. I don't want to embarrass him. I'm just talking about what happened. And so, I'm not going to identify him in all of this. If he wants to identify himself, that's fine. I don't know if he watches the channel or not. But anyways, so he had a fit, had a temper tantrum, and finally we got what we needed from him. We got out of there, got his plates and his fuel card and permit book and all that stuff. And it was not a pleasant experience. So, and what really sucks about that is the mechanic shop there in town, we did a little bit of searching around, found out that the shop that he wanted to have fix his truck, they were, let's say, not the most reputable shop in the world once you got online and started looking at the reviews people had left them. So what we were going to do, and I volunteered to do this, I wasn't asked to do this, I volunteered to do this. I told him, hey, you know what, I need to get my truck back up to Montana anyway to do some stuff to it. So let's, because we've got a shop in Montana at our headquarters that we get to use. We got a great deal on the mechanic there. And, you know, it actually costs like less than half of what the labor rate is if you go to like Kenworth or Peterbilt or wherever. So it's a really good deal for us. So we use as much as we can. And the guy knows what he's doing. So I told him, hey, you know, I will take you back all the way up to Montana for nothing more than the cost of fuel. We'll just team drive up there over the weekend because we're, you know, this is a Friday. We'd have loaded him on a Friday. We'd have been up there Sunday. You know, got him unloaded. I'd have got a couple things done to my truck, and then he'd have been able to get his truck fixed. And, you know, it's kind of a sad deal because the guy that I'm leased to was actually going to buy him a brand new set of tires for the truck, is what he told me. You know, put all new drives on it and everything, so he'd have a matched set of tires. He'd stop having problems with his rear ends. And, you know, he's been having a lot of problems with tires. The guy's been buying used tires. He's having a hard luck time. And it's like, hey, you'll get her fixed up, put a new set of tires all the way around, get you back out there. Then they were going to find him a power only back down to get his trailer. Well, he decided he didn't want to do that. He was real ugly about the way he told us no, and that's what led to getting his lease terminated. You know, he was, you know, when she was having problems already, you know, he was, you know, being really unreliable because his truck was breaking down. I understand, it's frustrating. You know, the first truck I had over here broke down a lot. That red truck, I had a lot of issues. You know, and I mean, we just kept going. I kept working hard, but it's when somebody lets their anger overtake them instead of making rational decisions, and they start blaming everyone else for their problems, that's when it really goes bad. And that's what I feel really happened here. So, and I mean, it was obvious to me looking at his equipment, he really wasn't taking care of his equipment. I don't think that truck had seen a wash in probably over a year. And, you know, all the chemicals they spray on the road today, that's just really bad for them. So it was a really unfortunate deal. Not much could happen there. So we wound up bouncing up, went to Richie Brothers. And, because I needed to be up there, because I was going to buy some stuff at the Richie Brothers. That was going to be the big surprise, is I had all this cool stuff I was looking at buying there. But the auction just went insane. I mean, it just went insane, but it was a learning experience. And I think in the future, I'm going to start going to the Richie Brothers just for the fact that we can set up a booth there and get loads out of there. So I'm going to try and tap that market a little bit, do that thing. So as that happens, I'll probably be doing some video and talking about that, and that'll be a really cool addition to the channel as we get to start doing that. Because I mean, I love going to Richie Brothers. I got, you know, sometimes you can get some really good deals. Sometimes, like this auction was the energy transportation auction, and it was such a big deal because it had been so well advertised that you had crazy amounts of big money people just show up and buy stuff. And you know, they had one guy in there that bought like I think 6 of these trailers he had all in one shot, just bam, $40,000 a piece, took 6 of them. It was crazy. And some of the trailers, like I was bidding on a Transcraft for the guy I'm leased to, and the trailer, I jumped in at $20,000, and I thought it was going to level off about there, which would have been okay for that trailer. It was a 50-foot sliding rear axle. And next thing I know, it's at $32,500 and then $34,000. And the trailer, I think it finally sold for $34,500. And I was just flabbergasted because he tells me over the phone, he's like, I just bought one of those trailers brand new last year for $28,500. I was like, wow. So someone bought a trailer that was, I think, 8 years old. I think it was 8 or 9 years old for like, what is that, from 34 to 27. So that's $7,000 more than new. At that auction, it was just crazy. It just turned into a bloodbath. So I guess if you got stuff you want to sell, Richie Brothers is the place to do it because they have people just bidding stupid money in there. Just stupid money. So I don't know why it was that it went that way, but I think a lot of it had to do with the trucks that were in there because they had a lot of, you know, new trucks, 4 axles, really nice setup. You had some really nice equipment. You know, I really got to hand it to those guys. They, you know, they had a great company, and you know, the owner wanted to retire, so they sold everything off. So we're getting out of there, and I'm getting ready to go load. And that's when things got a little weird for me. I was going to go overload the next morning. I got a call that night, the night of the auction, and one of the guys that's leased on here, he's a fleet owner. He's got a few trucks over here at this company. I think he's got 3 of the trucks that are on here. He called me up and said that he's got to fire one of his drivers, and I knew which driver it was because I'm also friends with that driver. And he asked us to go get the truck for him because he's on the other side of the country right now. And there's no way he can get over here to do it. And I was like, man, you know, I hate being in that position. So that's like twice in 2 weeks I've had to help in giving somebody their marching orders. And, you know, the first one, it didn't bother me because of the way the guy acted. And, you know, I tried making friends with him, and he never wanted to be friends. You know, he just kind of kind of gave everybody the cold shoulder, and you know, that's his thing, you know, but it's not really the way we do things over here. We all try to, you know, we talk to each other on the phone, most of us every day. We're friends with each other. That's the way we do things, and that's why this is such a great company to work for. Is we've all got that teamwork thing. We're not attacking each other. We actually help each other, and that's just a huge thing. That's why this company is so great. And and it was the guy that was let go. I know why he was let go. I'm not going to discuss that here. I know he does watch my videos. I don't want to embarrass him, certainly, because we are still friends. But I mean, I know why. I understand why he was. I hate to see it because he was also a guy that would, you know, help you out. You know, was a friend to me. So, you know, I hate to see that happen. And I believe he's going to be going to work for a company where he and I both were at before. Who they kind of screwed me over. So I know that's probably going to strain that friendship a little bit. You know, it's kind of sad, but unfortunately in business that's the way it goes sometimes. So that's where Missy is right now. She's driving this truck in front of me here. This blue Peterbilt. I think it's a 387 or whatever the model is on that. I don't know. It's one of those newfangled plastic aero trucks.
Not a bad truck, but kind of all of a sudden, you know, one of Nick's friends was like, hey, could you do me a favor and move this truck for me? And we're still looking at trucks for me, and I was like, you know, I want to get out and drive and do my own thing, and you know, I like driving a lot, and I like driving at my own pace, and this will work. So this is going to be a crash course in learning how to flatbed, I guess, until maybe we can swap things around and get me a step deck. But I don't really reach the height requirement for a flatbed. Let's put it this way: everything I do on a flatbed is over my head, and I don't like that. Nick doesn't like that. We don't like that very much because I tend to be quite accident prone, and a flatbed it's going to be fun, but I'm going to have to be, you know, I'm going to have to be really careful, and I can do it. I know I can. I mean, I've run a low boy. I mean, and running a flatbed now, I mean, I go to a step deck, it's just going to be nothing. I'm not even going to have to think about it. It's going to be the mix of the two. So I just got to I know how to chain, know how to do all that. You know, I'm not as fast as, you know, Speedy McGee over there, but you know, still learning, getting down. Gonna learn how to do straps and maybe tarps. I don't know. Maybe I'll be a princess and say I don't want to do anything with tarps. But yeah. So, oh, and let me take this to ask, like, what do you guys want? Do you guys want me to just do my own channel? Would you guys follow it? What do you guys want to see? Do you guys want? I've got, you know, I can set up an Instagram. I can set up Twitter, whatever. If you guys feel like following me. Or Nick, I mean, because him and I hang around each other. I mean, and the way the company's gonna work is, hopefully, I'll be hanging around him. We'll be kind of teaming most of the time. You know, I'll be getting the fall off from his loads. Like this load, we're gonna go get is combine, and I'm gonna haul the tires for it. He's gonna haul the combine. So we'll hopefully be able to do a lot of that. We'll see. But I mean, what do you guys want? I want to hear from you guys. I know Nick kind of does that sometimes, but I want to know. I like interacting. Let's interact. That sounds so weird. Yeah. So I can start up Facebook. I'm not going to add people to my personal because, you know, I got some personal stuff that I'm going to keep personal on my Facebook, because my Facebook is really for family. My personal Facebook is for family. It's not that I don't consider YouTube family, it's just a different family, like extended family. So I can start a Facebook page, whatever you guys want, just let me know. Yeah, so whatever you guys want to see, like, do you guys want to see, like, Nick's truck? Do you want to see this truck? This truck will only see it for like a month. I hope. Because there's this W9 I fell in love with, and I really hope we can get it. It's a beautiful W9. I'm gonna, you know, yeah. If I get that W9, all you're gonna see is that truck. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited, kind of. We're gonna give it our best shot, see how it goes, and I don't know. say chaining's easier as long as you get the right binders and chains. I've heard people say, hey, you're gonna miss straps once you learn how to do straps, and you know, straps are better than chains, and blah blah blah. So we'll see. I mean, if I end up hauling a step deck, which, you know, we moved a mechanical detached RGN the other day, and I really like that. I know it's really a preference thing. Some guys like those hydraulic necks, and you know, for some reason I'm having a really hard time figuring out that hydraulic neck. I always forget one thing, you know, here and there, and I don't like that. The mechanical neck, he didn't even have to tell me what to do, and I already figured it out. You know, maybe it's because it's easier, I guess, and I'm not running a motor and running, you know, I mean, it's just drop it, pick it up, drop it, hook the keepers up, and you're good. You know, I mean, but I know when you have a bad day with a mechanical neck, it can be a really bad day. So I don't know. We'll see. If I can haul an RGN, I'll haul an RGN. If I can't, I'll preferably haul a step deck. We'll see. We'll see. It's all up in the air right now. Because, yeah. But I'm driving a Peterbilt. Oh my God! I'm sure my friends up in New Hampshire are gonna love that, because most of them love Peterbilts, and I've been a K-Whopper fan forever. I mean, a truck's a truck, but I do love my K-Whoppers.
So that's her trying to reach me on a CV. Yeah, go ahead. Busy.
Just, I had my TV off for a minute because I was doing, you know, talking.
Yeah, I still am. Give me just a second. I'll get right back with you. So that's what she's doing now. She's driving that truck. Kind of funny, I mentioned her and she starts talking. So that's what we've got going on, and I'm going to splice her video in with this one here, and you guys will get to see kind of how everything's going here. And you know, she's going to drive that truck for about a month now, and then I've still got a big surprise coming together that's going to happen in a couple of weeks. My truck's going to be coming off the road for a little while to get some work done to it. So that's kind of that's a little glimpse into the big surprise. I'm not going to tell you guys what's happening yet, but when you see it done, I think you're going to be pretty wowed at what we're getting done here. It's going to be really cool. I can't wait to make it happen. You know, I'm really looking forward to this. It's been a long time coming. Not exactly what I wanted to have, and I'll explain that in a later video, but it's going to work great for what I need to do, and it's going to be really cool. So that big surprise is coming, but we got to get a lot of work done to the truck to make that happen. So that's I'll be probably doing a couple of videos based around that, and so then from there I'll probably post just a couple minor updates in the next couple of weeks as we're doing all this stuff, because I'm not going to be on the road, so I won't have anything to film. And as of this point, you know, as this video is posted, we're going to be all caught up on the episodes that I have. So you guys really won't see a whole lot from me for the next couple of weeks, and then we'll have a whole new series of adventures that are coming, because I'm working on buying a truck for Missy right now. We're going to get her a trailer with that hopefully as well at the same time. I don't know on that for sure, but that'll be coming down the pike pretty quick. So we'll just have to see what happens there, but I'm really looking forward to that. And so lots of great things happening. I'm going to quit flapping my gums though. We're running over right now. This load here, got a little front end loader on here, and you guys can see we did an external video this morning, and it's just a little case wheel loader. Loaded this over before we had to go do the deal, and this thing is going over to Davenport, Iowa. Just a real fast, you know, it's essentially a 2-day run, but I won't deliver until Monday. It's Friday now, and I'm not gonna film the delivery because we're stopping for the weekend at Iowa 80. So that's probably where I'll just cut this video off, you know, show you guys a little bit of that. If you guys haven't been to Iowa 80, I'm going to go in there and do a little bit of a video tour, let you guys see. That place is crazy. You know, and I will talk about a few things that drivers need to know when we get in there too. So we'll catch up with you guys from there. Alright guys, so here you can see this is the combine. I don't know how well you can hear me right now over the motor, but it is what we got on. That's a windshield tarp on there, protects the windshield, keeps rocks from hitting it. But as you can see, they set these up on wood blocks, and they take all the tires off them. Missy's sitting over here She's got all the tires for it. I don't know how well you guys can see that with the lighting and everything out here. Yeah, there's a big Iowa 80 sign. But yeah, Missy's got all the tires on there. So that's how we do that. I'll step back so you guys can see it on here. That's a S680 John Deere. Nice big machine. Alright, so there you have it. That's Iowa 80 in all its glory. I will say the truck wash up here did a pretty good job on my truck today. It was pretty filthy when we pulled in. Those guys did a pretty good job of scrubbing it up. I didn't even have to hound them. Got it clean. It was like 70 bucks. I mean, I didn't do the premium wash. I just had them wash truck, trailer, motor, degrease it. I always degrease my motor because I like to keep that stuff clean because I stick my hands in there quite a bit and work on it. So it always sucks when you're trying to fix something and every time you touch something you just get covered in slime. So, ooh. My truck has a twin. Looks like we found Blue's twin out here. But yeah, there it is for this episode. So we'll catch you guys later.